Okay, guys, so, what's going on? Uh, Visual silence here. Hello, my silencers. For those of you that are new here, I welcome you to my channel. For those of you that have been following me, then you know what we're here for. I have to make this because the first time I tried to do this, it didn't record right. Whenever I paused it, the video was all choppy. So, we're just going to do a straight run through with no pausing whatsoever. So, where we left off from episode 1. Hold on, let me fix my volume real quick. Open up the mixer. That's a good volume. Yeah, that's good. Where we left off from part 1, or episode 1. Me and Antonio were still trying to piece together what was really going on down in this place, because we didn't really understand what was happening. I mean, I've just been told that I've been asleep for 2 to 3 months, and that our entire group of soldiers just been wiped out in one fell swoop, and the coroner that we were responsible for was killed. I mean, that's a pretty big heavy hitter right there. And I looked at the group and I said, "You all have red eyes. What's going on here?" I said, "Are you vampires?" And the alpha just kind of looked at me, and he just laughed. And the businessman said, "Look who's finally catching on." He said to me, "Yeah, we are vampires. What, is that a problem?" I said, "No, that's not a problem at all." "Well, yeah, kinda, but, you know, why are you confessing to me that you're a vampire? That doesn't make sense. You know, shouldn't you be, like, trying to keep it a secret or something?" And he said, "No, it doesn't matter, because you're not leaving anyway." And I said to him, "What do you mean I'm not leaving? You can't just keep me locked up down here." And he said, "Oh, yes, I can. I'm gonna make sure you don't tell anybody anything." He said, "Now you're gonna become one of us." And I said to him, "What do you mean I'm gonna become one of you?" "You are going to become one of us," he said. "We are going to mold you into the ultimate killing machine." I said to him, I'm not just something you can manipulate. I'm human." And he said, "Yes, I know. We are going to get rid of your morals and things like that." Now, the woman in the red dress finally stepped in and said, "No, we can't just do this to him. He's still human. He still has thoughts. He still has a brain process within him that tells him right from wrong. We can't just kill this off in one fell swoop. He has to go through training." And then I said, "Who said I agreed to this anyways?" They said, "Well, it's either you agree to it or yours and Antonio's life is basically gone." And we looked at each other for a second, and he gave me this nod of approval, saying that I understand what we have to do. Go right ahead and tell them. And said to them, alright, I guess we don't really have a choice. We'll become one of you if we have to. I said to him, what do I have to do to get in? He said, you have to get bitten on the neck. You have to be turned into one of us. I said to him, are you kidding me? You're going to bite me? He said, yes, we are. I said, you have to be joking right now. There's no way you're serious. He said, we're being as serious gets right now. I said to him, no, you're not. You're lying. You're not telling the truth. And he said, I'm being completely truthful right now. We have to bite you and mold you into one of us. And I looked at Antonio and he said, just let him do it. It's only gonna hurt for a while. And I said, alright, I'll let you bite me, but I'm not too sure about this. I said, and the alpha said to me, I promise it'll only hurt just a little bit. I said, yeah, I hear that all the time. And the girl behind the counter said, ooh, can I bite him? Can I bite him? I want to do it. And the alpha looked at her with kind of like a fatherly look and said, sure you can. There's no reason why you can't. And so she went into the back room to polish her teeth. And the man in the business suit walked up to me and said, since you're going to become one of us, I guess you have to know all of our rules and what we do here. And he said, first of all, I'm the businessman. My specialty is I handle the money. You can just call me the businessman. And he said, he pointed to the man over in the corner. He said, that is our thinker. You can, well, basically call him the thinker. And I said, so really I'm just calling everyone by their titles, by what they do. And he said, in a sense, yeah, you are. And I said, alright, that's fine with me. And I said to him, but is that fine with them? And he said, they really can't say no. I mean, they listen to the girl. And I said, well, why do they listen to the girl? What's her importance in this? And he said, well, she's our leader. And I said, well, how can she be your leader? She's only like 19. Am I wrong? He said, no, you're right. She's only 19. And I said, then how can she be your leader? And he said, because she's been in this pack the longest. She's outlived all of its original members. So we can't really say no. And he pointed to the woman in the red dress and he said, that's the seductress. She uses sex and cleverness to get into her opponent's minds and kill them. Or manipulate them in any way she needs to. And he pointed, and he said, you can just call her the Dominatrix. I said, okay, I guess that works. And he pointed at the Alpha. And he said, that's our Alpha male. He's basically almost like the head honcho. He's the personal servant to the Queen. And I said, so he's basically a bodyguard. He looked at me and said, in a sense, I guess you could call him that, yeah. And the girl came back outside. And she said, who's ready to get bitten first? And I raised my hand and said, I guess I'll go first. And she looked at me, and she said, all right, come over here then. So I walked over to her, and I exposed my neck. And from what I can remember, the pain didn't actually last too long. It was short and simple. And I looked at her, and I said, that actually wasn't that bad. And the businessman said, I told you it wasn't gonna be bad. So then Antonio had to do the deed, you know, get bitten, stuff like that. And then they said we had to drink blood out of a wine glass. I said, are you being serious right now? And the businessman said, yes, you have to drink blood from a wine glass and get a taste for it, because that's how we technically stay alive. And I said, okay, if that's what we have to do, then I guess that's what we have to do. But I'm not too sure about this. Is it gonna kill me or anything? And he said, you're a vampire. You're supposed to drink blood, buddy. It's not gonna kill you. And I said to him, well, I'm not too sure about this. And he said, like I said, the alternative is death. So I looked at him and I said, alright, I guess I really don't have a choice then. So the dominatrix poured me a glass of this blood that they got from a blood bank. And I said, I'm not too sure about this. It's not gonna kill me, correct? And he said, yes, I swear on my life it won't kill you. And I looked at him. And I said, alright, I'm gonna trust you on this. And I sniffed it. And it was the sweetest smelling stuff I've ever smelled in my entire life. It was so sweet smelling, it was unbelievable. Like, it was honestly the best thing I've ever smelled in my entire life. And I drank it, and it was actually good. It tasted good. And I said, you know what, I like this. Can I have another glass? And she said, sure. So I handed her my glass, and she poured me another glass. I said, this is really, really good. And so I drank the second glass she gave me, and it was amazing. Antonio drank it too, and we got initiated. And the Alpha walked up to me and he said, tomorrow we're going to start your training, but for now, go get some rest. And I said, okay. So I turned to go to my room, but then the businessman said, wait, we forgot one thing. You have to find out what your specialty is first. And me and Antonio just looked at each other and said, well, I don't see what's missing here. You have money, smarts, brain power. You have a seductress and an alpha male. What could you be missing? And they looked at us and said, we're missing our brawler. And I said, what do you mean by you're missing your brawler? And they said, we're missing the person that can slaughter people on a moment's notice. And I said, I don't think I'm the guy for that. And I said, I don't just go around killing for pleasure. And they said to me, well, you're gonna learn to. And I said, hold the phone. I'm not just gonna run up to any random person on the street and just slaughter them like an animal. And the alpha male said, well, you're gonna have to. There's really no way out of this. You're now loyal to us. And I said, well, Antonio was more willing to grasp this idea than I was. He was more gung-ho about becoming an immortal killing machine than I was. And so the girl came out, the young girl, she came out and she said, all right, Antonio, I'll give you your specialty first. Come with me into the back room. So he went with her into the back room, and she closed the door and put her hands on his shoulders and looked him in the eyes and said, Antonio, I want you to be strong. I want you to be strong. I want you to be tough, and I want you to be free. And then this next part's gonna be a little awkward for me. She kissed him on the lips, just a little bit of tongue, like not like full on make out, just a little bit of tongue. And she and him came back out, and I was next. Of course, I felt bad because, you know, I was being the sloppy seconds here. And she told me, I want you to be strong, I want you to be tough, but I want you to protect me, and I want you to be true to yourself. She said, no matter what, I want you to protect me under any circumstance, but you also have to be true to yourself. I said, okay, I understand. And then she did the same thing she did to me. She did the same thing she did to Antonio with me. She kissed me on the lips, just a little bit of tongue, you know. And it was at that point where I felt like I was getting stronger. Like I could feel power building up in my body. And then the businessman said, all right, guys, it's time to get some rest. We're gonna train you tomorrow. I said, all right. And then, so we all went down to our rooms. And surprisingly, here I am being stereotypical again, they didn't sleep in coffins. They slept in normal beds. And it was probably the best sleep I've had in a really, really long time. The next morning when I woke up, I felt better, I felt refreshed, I felt well rested, and most of all, I could smell an amazing breakfast being cooked. Like, it smelled delicious, like something I've never smelled before. And I went outside, and what used to be a bar was now turned into like a kitchen. And after I ate, the businessman walked up to me and said, "You need to eat a big meal for your training today." So I ate a big meal, and it was amazing. And the alpha walked up to me and he said, "We're gonna stop episode 2 here because I'm gonna leave you guys with a cliffhanger." Thank you for watching. Silencers, talk to your friends about me. Try to get me out there. I want this channel to thrive. I want this channel to grow, and that way I'll be able to entertain you guys better. So, talk to me. Talk about me to your friends, recommend me to your friends. Share my videos on Facebook, share my videos on Twitter, whatever. Just do whatever, and then this channel will grow, hopefully. Alright, guys. Silencers, non-silencers. I'll see you later. Visual out.